Alright friends, welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. This YouTube channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord related, but especially advanced battlefield command and tactics, and we are doing almost none of that in this episode here. You can see our enormous army for this episode. It's just this guy, it's Zuvan, my main character, and this is just me having a little bit of fun. We've got some episodes coming up in the future where I'm literally playing drunk. We'll see how resounding a big flop that is, and we're going to wade into battle here by myself. We're going to have a few episodes here where we just fart around with Zuvan and challenge various different opponents in Bannerlord. Now he's got a couple hammers, including a really fast hammer and very strong armor. I'm kind of trying to show you all the inner workings here of Zuvan. Of course, his stats are stacked for combat. And I also have these banners here, which I'll use strategically depending on the opponent, right? If I'm facing a bunch of cavalry, we'll increase melee damage against mounted troops, increased troop movement, decreased range attack damage, etc. Now we've got a couple cities here. This is a side series actually, so these battles of course mean absolutely nothing. And I haven't done this in forever, so this is going to be perhaps a little bit rough. But obviously this character is a killing machine, and it should be fun to incorporate a little tiny bit of tactics into this series. Now, what I'm going to try to do is fight increasingly more difficult battles, but I can't fight against 86 right out of the gate here. We're going to have to sort of get our sea legs in this series before we try something big. Now that might be doable. 33 infantry. Yeah, we can take this on. So of course we have our javelins that'll blow up a lot of shields. I'll be able to ride around on horse and avoid melee, right? I'll be able to basically sort of make hit and run attacks on these guys. We will get charge damage on them and stuff like that. And I think this is the kind of force. I have no horse. Of course, a horse for my kingdom for a horse. So this is not optimal. Although the enemy, it looks like they have 2 or 3 horsemen. And I'm going to use this, by the way. I've got this little option here. It's part of the RTS mod. I can hit a little tiny button and my character will move faster. So I'm going to do that from time to time where the episode might be going a little bit slow. I'm trying to keep you guys entertained as well as not waste your time. And I need your horse. Give me your horse. Shit, getting speared. Like I said, you know, this is not something I have done a lot lately. Long ago, I engaged in a few series with this guy's father or grandfather, Grigor, and I was able to win, you know, a battle against a lot of troops. But this is, you know, this is something that's going to take me a little bit of practice. I need your horse, motherfucker. I can't hit this guy to save my life. And probably half of you have already X'd out. I don't blame you if you do that, of course. Most people come here for tactics. And combat is part of tactics. There's obviously not going to be big flanking maneuvers and shit like that in this series, right? If you're here for tactics, feel free to move on. This is just going to be an exhibition. Just like some of our other difficult challenges, we're going to fight harder and harder opponents here with our one guy, right? With our one beast of a berserker here, and see what Zuvan can do. Now, I may change his weapon loadout kind of as battles are going, especially if I notice certain things are not working particularly well. We are going to use our head here. We're going to farm the enemy for throwing weapons whenever we can. I'm going to use water, and I'm going to use landscape features. Like if I drag these guys over here, what I should be able to do is run back to where I've thrown all those throwing weapons, and they've thrown all those throwing weapons, and I'll be able to pick up a lot of weapons. I might even pick up a bow and arrow at some point in some of these episodes. As Zuvan has all of the skill, right? He can pretty much fight in any single direction, any single way, and he mauls people on a horse. He's got 330 riding skill, 332 hand. He's got evidently 0 intelligence, firing javelins into the ground where there's no enemies. I got my G-Force experience popping up at the most amazing times. There's not actually that many javelins here for me to farm, but I don't think we're going to need it, right? We can just fight hand to hand here. Our javelins have the perk where that goes right through their shields, and I'm also feeling fucking reckless in this series. Maybe these guys will humble me. If I lose these battles, of course, I'll just reload the save game, right? These are not like some kind of, I'm not playing this out. Some guys are trying to conquer Calradia or something with one guy or something like that. We're not interested in doing that. This is just going to be for fun, fellas. And if you don't like fun, you know, or you're just here for tactics, right? That totally makes sense. Then accept my humble apologies. Move on to one of the hundreds of videos on tactics on the channel. that killed that guy with a kick, and it looks like that kick sent the rest of them fleeing. Oh, except this one dude. Yeah, you're not gonna hit me with a javelin, dude. Sorry. If we do a little bit of practice, I've really not done a lot of parrying in my Bannerlord career, so to speak, because if you have high athleticism, you don't need it. So challenge 1, accepted and defeated. 33 sturgeons here, infantry heavy, and not a lot of elite troops gets cast aside like yesterday's garbage. Of course, I'm not going to be picking up any equipment. I don't want to be encumbered. But I need a horse, right? I'm going to go get, I've got this city here where I have some things stashed here. You can see all the companions I dumped here, and I dumped a bunch of horse and food. Otherwise, you can't move around, right? And you get ambushed and attacked by stuff immediately. So I'm going to try this polearm. This is one of my faster polearms. I got another polearm that's 91 speed, I think. The Bastard is this really short two-handed hammer, and it does savage work. And we'll be experimenting a little bit. Now I also need a horse here. I didn't get a horse. I'd like to have, do we have any royal destriers? These guys cause massive charge damage. So we'll run with one of those guys. You know, obviously I'm going to be doing a lot of trampling of these troops. It's generally easier to fight on horseback until you get the enemy down to 5, 10, 15 guys. And then I actually tend to do a little bit better on foot. So we'll do a little bit both. I'm not going to heal and just sit in a town and waste your time. Every single battle. So we got 72% here. We do have that perk. You've received 51,000 gold. How did we get 51,000 gold? Someone won a tournament? I guess that's the mother of all tournaments. 51,000 gold. Well, that's interesting. Clearly someone won a tournament and they won a lot of money. Anyways, engaging Zuvan party here. Chandabar has a mediocre force, more troops, 47, right? And of course I forgot to mention that we are playing on normal player damage this whole series. We don't need any help. I mean, I'm not going to change it no matter what. I'm not going to like lower the player damage to fight 100 units. If I'm successful at 50, we'll move to 60 or 70, and I'll generally look for relatively interesting challenges. Now, against heavy horse here, or not heavy horse, but against cavalry here, I want to use the landscape, right? I want to use these rocks, because if these guys start spearing me, although I got this looks like the Lord, he's on horse. Fuck you, shooting arrows at me. We'll see if I can get my javelin skill back. I've kind of oscillated. Sometimes I'm a deadly sniper on horse, and other times I shoot terribly. Like that would have been a dead man like a month ago. Oh shit, there are heavy horses coming in. Kill that motherfucker. Got his ass. All right. We'll demoralize these guys a little bit. Headshot on that fuck. At least it looked like a headshot. And heavy cav presents a threat, right? When you're on a horse, one of the things that happens is you get cycle charged and they do spear damage over and over and over again. It's a danger. So we're going to use the rocks. Unfortunately for my poor horse, we're going to use him as well. We're going to use our brain in this series. We're not just going to try to duke it out with these guys here, although there's going to be plenty of just straight blunt damage done to the enemy here, right? Obviously, fighting 40 or 50 infantry, it's not like you can just kill those guys if you want to. You know, they're going to be... Shit, I might have waited too long here. I'm fucking trapped. Go, baby, go. I have really good armor, so it is going to allow me to handle some of these blows, but obviously I've got to use my brain here, otherwise I'm going to get skewered. I'm going to be jumping over horses a lot. And prioritizing these banner motherfuckers. Anytime there's banners on the other side, of course, you want to remove their troop bonuses. Yeah, I gotta get my javelin skills back, because otherwise I'm not going to make it very far in this series. And we're prioritizing this heavy horse, right? We're going to make these guys charge into each other. We're going to sort of manipulate the battlefield as well as we can. I'm obviously highly aware of archers. It looks like they have a handful of skirmishers here, which I got to be careful of, but not very many serious archers. You know, we're not going to be able to take on Battanian forces with 40 Battanian fiend champs. It's just not a thing. You might be able to kill some of those guys. And I've seen some incredible solo players. In fact, I'm in regular communication with a guy that goes by Angry Goldfish, who I imagine he can do solos of 100 plus. He runs a very different very different character makeup than I run. He runs a spear, sort of a traditional one-handed spear and shield, and then he typically has a bow with a bunch of arrows. You know, it's a tried and true method. Genghis Khan and his sons and ancestors conquered half of Eurasia. Fuck. with that strategy. But we're going to take a little different approach here. It may not be quite as effective, but with 330 athleticism and this mace to club some of these guys to the ground, we're going to prioritize their tough troops like this fucking Sturgeon Heavy Axeman, and we're going to just have some general fun in this series. Now, these series are not going to be 4.5 hours long each, right? I'll probably have 2, 3, 4 battles at most per episode, and again, if I get captured, I'll just roll with it, right? We won't save scum here. We'll just kind of take what the game gives me as if we were playing sort of on Iron Man mode. Now, I might make save games in between and then take breaks. I'm not just gonna film these 4 hours straight, right? It's going to take concentration, not to mention I'm old. I got to pee a lot. Wait till you guys hit 50. You drink water 10 minutes ago and you got to pee fucking 9 minutes later. So Zuvan does have good one-handed skill, but I got this fucking one horse flanking me here, so I got to be careful with him. And we're going to close on these poor archers. They're going to get their asses whipped. I've still got my two-handed hammer, keeping an eye on that horseman. I probably got enough time to butcher through these guys. They waited way too long to draw their weapons. I'm going to hide right behind you. Thank you. And now we just got to kill this one horseman. I got some javelins here, so that's definitely going to make it easier. My health is at an absolute sliver. Oh shit, put your shield up. And these are going to be fun from a strain and stress level, right? Like these, of course, are completely exhibitions. These are a lot of fun for me. I'm still engaged in the other series, the All Archer series and the motherfucker and the Horse Archer series. And we're going to be doing some javelin only armies later on this year. But this is going to be fun for me. A little bit of an exhibition, a little bit of a skill sharpener, especially for the javelin series, right? We're going to dismount some fucks here. And victory. All right, 2 for 2 in this series. We'll sit up a little straighter in our chair here. Good posture will mean healthier me as I get older here. My wife is all over me on posture. I have really good posture, but video games are not terrific for your posture. All right. Well, occasionally when I'm this low of health, I am going to run to a town. Now, I do have the perk, right? The perk that gives you, let me show this. This is a critical thing for newer players to know about. It's under the medicine skill. Look at that. Plus 30% recovery of lost hit points at the end of each battle. This is a must-have perk, in my opinion. Now, like I said, I don't want to bore you guys to death, so 37% health. I think we'll just sort of role play that we're going to just rest the night over here in Legetta. We'll go to the tavern. Undoubtedly, we'll get laid and drink some beer. And we wake up for sunrise here. And let's do some more battle here. 44%. Fuck it. No guts, no glory. I may not have 100% very often in this series, which, of course, is going to make it even harder. But that's what we're here for, right? Otherwise, I'd go gather an army and fucking butcher people. 53, 94. The 53 might be interesting. This is another Sturgeon force. I will try to roam the map so I'm not just fighting Sturgeon over and over again or fighting in the same area over and over. 15 ranged units, 4 cavalry. That might be doable here. I'm not gonna fight too often at night. I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. And for some reason I'm encumbered. Oh, here's why. I got some equipment. I don't think you consume food by yourself. I got a little bit of meat in there, a little bit of beef jerky, right? And we're going to hopefully engage this Sturgeon force here. 58, they're recruiting motherfuckers. They're getting stronger while I'm getting a little bit more health here. And yeah, this will work. Their archers are fairly weak. They're Battanian archers, so they're going to have a lot of ammo. But let's give this a shot here. Let's see if we can... Yeah, they got 4 or 5 elite troops, so it's definitely not going to be easy. But let's see if we can't start episode 1 3 for 3 here with 3 challenging battles. Like I said, if I get captured, I'm just going to roll with it. You get released. You can see I've got 8.5 million gold, so I'll just pay my ransom. And then we'll be right back in the battle arena to go kick some more ass. Hopefully that's not how the episode ends with me getting captured, but we'll roll with it however it goes. I like to do these, this is a little bit in preparation for live streaming. at some point later this fall, winter, I will be live streaming, and there's no saving. There's no saves coming, right? It's live, and if you say something ignorant like I'm a Nazi, you know, all the world hears you. Get the fuck out of here with your flag, and you can't go back on it, right? It's basically it is what it is. That's why Twitter's so dangerous, right? People say ignorant ass stupid shit, and it's out there forever, and they get fired, and their girlfriend leaves them, and they're in a bar sobbing somewhere because they had a Twitter account they fired their mouth off. All right, they've got lots of infantry, and these archers are a problem. So we're going to use the landscape here. I've got water. I've got some hills to sort of take cover from. There's a couple of houses, so we're in a village landscape here, and we're going to use that to our advantage. But early on, we're going to try to kill. I just beheaded one of their elite units. That's going to be vital. Of course, I'd like to kill their lord, but she's hiding like a coward. Of course, she won't. I mean, she's being smart. If she fought me one-on-one, she would just get destroyed. But she's firmly hiding behind her troops here. And of course, I'm prioritizing killing these fucking archers, because even though I have the banner that will help me, you know, they will light you on fire, right? My bear skin cloak is on fire. Yeah. There are going to be moments in this series too where I'm sort of waiting for the enemy. They're just sitting there with their archers out front. It's interesting, their archers are out front and their infantry behind them. I might attack these fucks if they're going to do that. Oh, fuck no. This guy just ran and picked up a flag. Fuck that. Oh, you hit a tree, dude. I know the feeling. Let's cut this guy down here. No flags for you bitches. God damn it. Fortunately, we've got that banner. It's reducing some damage, and we're just going to tear up and down this line here. You can hear their commander giving commands. That's from the Immersive Battlefield mod. That's one of the mods I recommend to players. If you only get like 3 or 4 mods, that's for sure one of them. You should get, in my opinion, you should get Time Pass. You should get the Immersive Battlefield. For sure RTS mode, right? There's nothing worse than watching your AI take over, although it is kind of fake, right? All of a sudden you're in charge of somebody else. For my main campaign, I won't use the RTS mod. But for these little mini-series, like the Archer-only series, I'm definitely going to use it, right? Because we want tactics, and we want real battles that are sort of genuine, but also stressful, right? Just because you're controlling another character doesn't mean it's disingenuous or cheating somehow. You're just preventing the AI from dipshitting the rest of the episode. All right, so predictably, these sturgeon fucking infantry are being stubborn. There's a bunch of javelins here, so I can try to pull them over this ridge. God damn it, their archers have good line of sight. I thought I'd be able to pound them with javelins before I got over the ridge, but these fucks are tenacious. I'm gonna have to charge these bitches. I don't have a horse. Fuck. Fucking fire arrows coming right at me. Fucking bitches. I'm gonna swear a lot in this series, right? These are gonna be stressful in a good way. God damn it, I only got 1 archer and the rest of their infantry charged. Fuck you. Killed their sturgeon heavy axeman. I got no horse. I'm being chased by a mob. This is exactly what it felt like when I went online the first time as a firefighter and started dating. You gotta beat him off with a stick. Might as well have had a hammer. I've mentioned it before, you fellas that are thinking about a career, you guys are 19, 20, 22 years old, you definitely should consider the fire service. It's one of the few jobs left in our country that has a pension, right? The P word. That means you get money when you retire. And not to mention, the dating aspects of it are not bad. I'm not the most handsome guy out there, and when I started dating, man, I ran 2 different profile photos just as an experiment, a little sociological experiment, right? A little social experiment. One of them was just sort of me hiking, looking pretty good, right? I was fit, and I got, you know, a few winks, and I let it go for a week. Got a half dozen winks or whatever. Then I put one where I'm kind of ripped out, wearing the traditional firefighter trousers, and it was like 10 winks a day. It was just wink, 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 a bunch of firebugs, either trying to get laid or trying to get hooked up, right? Maybe the women were like, damn, we like a pension too. You fucking asshole sturgeons. These guys block everything. I might have to switch to my axe for some of these episodes to break some of these shields. And now I'm starting to just fight with wrath. Like, I'm no longer fighting with rationality here. We're just using our athleticism.
This is Sparta!
We're clobbering them left and right. I kicked the guy to death.
Sparta!
Might have to add the... never mind, that'll ruin it. Well, you've already heard it if I've added it. We're going to add the sturgeon shit Not the sturgeon shit, the 300 shit. I need a shield. I'm shooting at me. I grabbed everything but a shield. Give me her shield. Shit. We're going to do a little Leonidas every time I kick a guy to death. All right. I got a rock here. We're going to use this as cover. I think this is it. There's 7 archers left, and this rock is perfect. They have to come to me now, and they will be close enough for me to clobber with the hammer. As long as they don't go on both sides of the rock here, I should be okay. Let's see. I draw them in here. We'll move back a little bit. I've got other buildings to take cover in if they come around this corner. This is where the strategy of this is fun, right? Here they come, you fucks. Come get it. I wish I had a button that I could click where it did the Duke Nuke something. Duke Nukem. Come get some. I'd play it right now. Come get some. Yeah, you guys have no chance against this hammer. Shit. Yeah, you two guys don't represent a threat. Let's carve through these guys. Even if they block, they're fucking ragdolled. And that was it. All right. Well, 3 for 3. Right on. 57. So we're working our way up. I'm not going to do this numerically. It's not like I'm going to be able to find an army. You are taken captive. I win the battle. Look at this cheating motherfucker. I guess it's a bug. Clearly I won. My guy was celebrating. You have won the battle. Look at this fucking... this bullshit. It just takes me prisoner. Well, this is a funny end to this episode. I'm not going to have any more battles in this episode. I don't want to make this. I don't need to make these an hour. I don't think guys will sit through an hour of just watching one guy fight. I might already have bored half of you guys. We'll try to mix in some anecdotes. I'll try to give you guys some career advice. Go be a firefighter, right? Save your money. We'll do a little investing if it gets really sort of tedious in between the skirmishes. And while we sit here in prison, by the way, don't go to prison. It's very bad for your career. Don't get labeled a felon. Unless you're going to run for president, it doesn't. It's not good to run to get a felony. I'm not healing. I'm just sitting here in prison, even though I have a mountain of cash. Okay, we broke free here. I'm just going to head back down towards Legetta. I think we'll. Okay, we didn't lose any equipment, which is stupid. Of course, they just let you keep all your elite armor. They demand a ransom, of whatever, $1 million, and you're wearing $4 million worth of gear. No one said Bannerlord is a perfect game, but it's one hell of a combat simulator. And that was an exhilarating battle. I had got some music ripping in the background. Now we're gonna... You fucking assholes. Let's attack these bitches. Let's charge. I'm gonna take these guys on. Nah, I'm just kidding. It won't let me anyways. You don't have enough men. See, the computer system occasionally is logical. You don't have enough men. All right, I tend to agree with you here. You still don't have enough men, so it's not my health. I probably have to have, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. Anyways, we're going to wrap this episode up. Let me know what you think of this series, right? This is just going to be 2-3 episodes at most. We're just going to have a fun time with this. I guess if it was really popular, I'd do a few more, but there's also a limit to what you can do here. There's no flanking, there's no squares, there's no using the peekaboo ridge. It's just one dude swinging a hammer. Anyways, I appreciate you fellas. Thanks again for watching. Please hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time.